Hi everybody, it's Thursday. Mrs. Novell here. Hi Wave Riders, for all of you who are watching me and following along. So today's art project is another endangered animal, and it's the tiger, the magnificent tiger. Sadly, these guys are on the endangered species list as well. They're hunted. A lot of times their environment is being destroyed with deforestation, and sadly they kind of need our help. There's a lot of conservation going on to try to protect these animals. A fact that is really interesting that kind of blew my mind: there are more tigers in captivity than there are in the wild. So there's something like 3,900 tigers, I think, in the wild, and there's like over 5,000 in captivity. So crazy. Anyway, I thought we would use Henri Rousseau as our inspiration today for our art project. He has a painting called Tiger in the Jungle, and it's a tiger and he's kind of peering through his jungle. They're very quiet and very stealth, and a lot of times they're camouflaged. You can't even see them. So that's kind of what we're going to try to do today. So we're going to do this simple art project. Follow along. It's a directed draw, some cutting, a little bit of painting. It should be a lot of fun. Okay? All right, here we go. Okay guys, so yesterday I started painting some white paper, different shades of green. If you didn't do this, that's not a problem. You can do this at any point. Okay, once you get your tiger drawn, then you can do this. I just took simple white paper. I took some tempera paint and also acrylic, and I found some greens, and I just went kind of painted 3 pieces. It's about a half a sheet of paper and another quarter, okay? And then I'll show you how to make the leaves at the end of this. And you don't have to have tempera or acrylic paint. You can always just use watercolor or crayons, okay? Or marker. Whichever you have is what you should use. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a pencil, but I was going to start with my Sharpie, but I think I'm going to use a pencil as well. And we're going to go ahead, and so this one I did with the paper going left to right, which is landscape, okay? Not up and down the long ways, so landscape. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to draw a circle, like so, for his head. And I'm going to make that a lot darker so you guys can see. I'm going to go right back over it. I'm going to make mine darker. You are sketching, so try to make yours a little bit lighter if you can, because we are going to go back and erase. Okay? All right. So now we've got the head. Now we want to draw some ears. So I'm going to start about right here on this side of his head, and I'm going to draw up and down. It's almost like a triangle, but not quite as pointy. And inside there, you're going to draw another. This time you're going to actually draw a triangle shape, but it's rounded. We're not going to do anything pointy except for his stripes. Alright, so then the next thing you want to do is you're going to draw his nose. And his nose is, again, another triangle, but with rounded edges on it. And then from there, you're going to draw 2 lines. Draw down to this one, that corner of his nose, and that corner of his nose. Just like that. Let me get that a little bit closer. See that? Okay. And then we're going to draw his eyes. So on this side, you're going to draw a curved line like that. A curved line on this side like that. And then you're going to go right back to that end, and you're going to bring it around and do another curve. These are cat eyes. Just like that. Okay. And then inside, you're going to draw 2 more curved lines like so, on both sides, just like that. And then on the inside, you're going to draw another curved lines in there for his pupil, just like that. Okay? And then we're going to go down here where the nose is, and you're going to start at the point or the edge of this side of his nose, and you're going to draw a big round, almost a circle to right there. And the same thing on this side. right there, just like that. And then you're going to draw his little, I guess you could call that his chin, okay? And then we're going to draw some whiskers. Just draw some easy lines coming out. All right, and then what we're going to do is you're going to draw his body. So starting over here, you're going to draw a line going to the corner of the page, okay? And then we're going to draw another part of his body right here. We're going to finish it off kind of up here by underneath. Let's go right underneath. Actually, let's kind of go right where that whisker is, wherever your whisker starts, okay? And you're going to draw kind of almost a curve down, okay? Just like that. Very simple. Okay, and then over here, you're going to draw his tail. Just a curved tail, just like that. Okay? And on his tail, you're going to draw some stripes. They don't have to be perfect. Okay? Just like that. It's almost like candy cane stripes. Then on his body over here, we're going to go ahead and draw some triangles for his stripes, just like this, all on the side. Okay? And then you're going to draw some stripes up here on his head, like this. Not stripes, sorry, triangles for his... They look like stripes, but they're really like, if you look too close at them, they almost look like triangles, okay? And then we're going to draw some on the side of his face, okay? I'm only going to do a couple there and a couple there. So what I'm probably going to do is you're going to have the whisker kind of going through it, okay? I might do another one here, and then might do another one here, just like that. If you want to do some more on the bottom, you certainly can. So this is where you're going to need to use your eraser, and I want you to erase this part right here, okay, where the ear so just like that. So you're going to erase this connection right there, okay, and that's the only part that we're going to need to erase today. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to get your Sharpie or you're going to get your crayon, and you're going to go ahead and trace this guy, okay? So go ahead and do that. You're going to trace all of your lines. Okay, I got them all traced out with my Sharpie, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add some little black dots here around his whiskers for details, okay? And then I think I'm also going to color his nose in with my Sharpie. And if you want to color the stripes in or the triangles around his body in Sharpie, you can do that too. So the first project I did, I used watercolor. But I think for this one, I want to see how they both turn out. For this one, I'm going to use crayon today, okay? So I can show you that crayon can be used just as easily as anything else, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get my orange crayon, my orange color, and I'm just going to start coloring my tiger in, okay? So go ahead and get your orange crayon out, or if you want to do watercolor, you can do that too. You can get your orange watercolor out and start coloring in your tiger, okay? Okay guys, I went ahead and finished coloring my tiger, the orange, and then I colored the stripes black, and then I went ahead and took a piece of crayon and I'm shading in the back, okay, so that we have a background to work with. Just turning it on its side. I'm sure everyone knows how to do this. Shading it takes a little bit less time than making it more solid, okay, and I kind of like the effect. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to get our leaves drawn out. So I'm going to use these different colors, okay, and what I'm going to do is on the back, actually, you know what, I'm going to do it on the front. I'm going to draw just some leaf shapes. You can see my leaf shapes, how I did with all the different colors, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna just start drawing out some shapes of leaves on my paper like this. You can make some bigger than others if you want. You can make some shorter, fatter. Okay, I'm making mine a little bit long and skinny. And I think on this one, I'm gonna make these a little bit shorter, like this maybe. Okay. Like that. All right. And then here's one more. I think I'll make these tall as well. Just like this. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut all these guys out. All right, so get your scissors and start cutting. If you want to use regular paper and use watercolors or crayon to make your leaves, you can. I'm using another, instead of drawing it directly on the paper, I wanted it to have more of a 3D effect, so that's why we're doing it this way. All right, so get your scissors out and start drawing some leaves, and we'll get them all glued on. All right. So I went ahead and cut out all my leaves and I arranged them on my page kind of how I want them to look. You can see how I did it on here, okay? And then there's something that I want to add. There's some flowers and color I'd like to add. So once you get these glued down, what you're also going to want to do is you want to add a little stripe down the center of each leaf for a little bit of detail once you get them glued down, okay? Just like that. So you're going to go down the center of each leaf, just like that, okay, to add a little bit of detail. So as far as the flower goes, this is really easy. It's kind of the same idea as the leaves. You're just going to take a little bit of paper, cut this in half real quick, okay, you only need a little bit here, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to draw out some smaller kind of petals, just like your leaves, but smaller, okay? Then we're going to color those. You can color them any color you want. I'm going to do mine pink and red. So finish those. All right, last little detail. I cut out some petals here. You can see them, of red. Okay, and then I'm going to show you really quick how I made my flower. All you're going to do is you're going to put some glue on the back of your petal. See? Little petal. And I'm just going to put it right over in the corner here where my leaf is to add a little bit of color to the rest of my petals. I did 4 petals and I think that's a good amount. And you just kind of stack them. That's it. It's so easy. You just stack them and it starts to look like a flower, just like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and have those come off so you can do that. And this is what they look like when I was done coloring them, and then I cut them out, okay? So, and then one last thing on the back, like if your leaves kind of went over your paper, you can trim that up. That's really simple. You just trim it up, follow the line, and you can make it nice and clean, just like that. And then it's no longer there. See? And it's perfectly straight. Alright guys, so this is the finished project with the watercolors, and this is almost finished with crayons, and I think they equally look really cool. I actually think I like the crayon better. Alright, have fun. I would love to see these when they're finished, and I hope you guys have a great Thursday. See you soon. Bye.